Hey, 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 and good evening. Um, it's past 1 a.m. in the morning. I am really, really tired. I just stayed up pretty late and just enjoyed the evening because I had something to enjoy because I got my license and it feels even better than like I anticipated it to be. What is this? Huh. Um, It honestly was a really, really wild ride. Um, so we started the test, like the drive, and everything was smooth. Like I wasn't nervous or anything. I was calm, collected. Um, it was somewhat cloudy, and it also like started to rain at some point, but Mm, and I had the usual problems that I couldn't really see through my glasses inside the helmet. But this is getting away once you're driving like 2 or 3 minutes. And funnily enough, I think today was the best day of all regarding the nervous start. So I just went like sat on the motorbike and I like as soon as I left the parking space, the like my nervousness completely went away. I don't know. It felt it was the first time that it felt like really, really good from the beginning. So I was really confident and I was almost like I was a bit nervous regarding one part. There are like basic tasks you have to solve also in the test, like doing a slalom with your motorbike, those kind of things. There could also be always be something that I don't know, one wrong move and you'll pretty much fail in that case in that task. But regarding the normal traffic, the normal like traffic flow, I was pretty confident that this was going to be a good day. And honestly, it was. I almost think drove it perfectly today. However, there was instance one instance, I was on the left lane and I wanted to like I don't wanted to change on the right lane, but I was on the left lane and then like we um, we came to a crossing, I think is the word, and I also saw the traffic lights. Everything was fine. There were two lanes in one direction. I was on the left lane, and the car with the test person and my teacher was behind me. Everything as it should be. And there is a rule when you learn, um, there are many rules, but one of the rules is when my teacher doesn't give me any advice where to drive, in which direction, for example, on a crossing, you are driving in um, in the front direction, like you're not like changing direction. You're not going left or going right. You're always driving forward. And so I was on the left lane and I suddenly noticed right at the end of like or near the crossing that the lane was gonna change to a lane for the ones who wanted to turn left. I mean, I think everyone has seen that. Like you're on a lane and you're driving and driving, and all of a sudden the lane changes into a lane that is for the ones who want to change direction. But my teacher hasn't said anything. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay on this lane. I know I should drive forward. I shouldn't turn left, turn right. However, I see the car behind me and they haven't switched lanes to the right side. They could have. So my assumption was if they wanted to go forward, drive forward, they would have switched the lane to the right lane. And like in the last second, I got the advice in my ear or the question, like the cynic question, you know what happens when I don't say anything, right? From my teacher. That was hers, more or less his words. And I was like, okay, they want me to actually go forward, which makes sense, I know. But yeah, it was a little confusing to say the least. So I see that like I'm almost at the crossing and that I should decide now where to in which lane I go. And there was still time and it wasn't fast and I think it was not dangerous to still switch lanes. And I did it. I did switch to the right lane, the lane for those who wanted to drive forward. However, between the left and the right lane, there was a line that was not segregated. Um, it was basically drawn through, right? And I think in almost all countries, there is this rule, the traffic rule, if there is a drawn through line, like a full line with no holes between it or in between, you're not allowed to cross that line. And I didn't see this line, or I did see this line too late. I only did see this light when I was already like doing the change of direction. And at this point, it was too late. And my teacher, after the test, told me, you know what? Pretty much every other tester, test person, official test person, would have not passed you today because you'd crossed the line. You crossed the line that you should not be allowed to cross. And I am not allowed to cross that line. But she was very like kind in that sense, and there was also the argument that he didn't tell me early enough. So I don't know if she knows that we have this rule that if he doesn't give any advice where to go, that we drive forward. I think she does. So she was really, really kind in that regard. But it was also the fact that everything else went so smooth, and I didn't have any oopsies other than that. I think was the reason that I passed today. Um, if I would have made one more mistake, I think I would have been out. And I am so glad that I didn't know that until the end. I had no clue. I was pretty sure that I passed it because yes, I realized that I crossed the line, but one, I didn't know that the rules were so strict when uh, in regards to the lanes where you just switch direction. If you're on a really, really wide street and you are allowed to drive 100 kilometers per hour, and you only have one lane in this direction, one lane in the other direction, and there is a drawn through line, and you want to like get past another car that is driving slower, like then I get it. Then I would have not make myself pass as well because this is clearly also dangerous, right? Because the drawn through line like tells you that you're not allowed to like get past another car. You're just not allowed to cross the line um, because it's potentially dangerous. But in a city, ahead of a crossing, I always thought it would be more like um, to make it more clear that there is a difference between the lanes. Although on second thought, it doesn't make any sense because you can also do that without the drawn through lane line. Anyways, I think if you're in the city and driving like 15 kilometers per hour at most, and you have a clear overview what's happening, and it's not dangerous at all. It's not more dangerous than doing anything other, like anything else in the traffic, right? If I like change lane during drive, like when I'm driving, I think it's far more dangerous um, as opposed to when I'm just like almost stopping before the traffic light. Yeah, I don't want to like get into more details. I think I made myself clear. Um, and if, in the end, I think I'm glad, and I think I also deserved it because failing because of this is just ridiculous. And I think she's aware, and yeah, she also saves some time in that regard because we would have essentially made another appointment for next week, and I'm like almost 100% sure that I would have passed it because I would not make the same mistake again. I didn't make any other mistake, and we pretty much did everything. I think she, because of the one oopsie, she tested me a little bit more than usual. We were a little bit like we were on the road a little bit more from the time um, like we were a little bit longer on the road than I think is normal or necessary. We were on the highway. We were in I think we did almost any situation thoroughly. So there was really no reason to like, from the rationale perspective, there was no reason to let me fail today because yeah, I would have paid for another test and I would have passed. I'm that confident because it just went really well. And even if I would have failed today, I would be even less nervous the next time. So I wouldn't do this oopsie. I wouldn't do any other oopsies because I think I'm pretty confident in my driving skills. Um, but yeah, I got the license now. I didn't get the li physical license. That was a little bit sad. I thought I would just get it right there, but I have to like get that from an official um, place. Um, but I can do that whenever I want, and I think I'll probably do that just on Monday to also have it passed, and then I'm also officially allowed to drive motorbikes. Um, yeah, I'm. Maybe it doesn't seem like it now, but I was happy the whole day. Um, I'm just tired, like absolutely tired right now. But I was like really happy the whole day. I enjoyed like I treated myself a little bit. I bought some ice cream. I didn't do much else, I think. This is the successful test today was enough. Wasn't really in the mood of cleaning up the apartment. I think I'll just do it as I did last week. I'll just do it when I wake up, and then I can continue enjoying the weekend with a clean house. There was one bad news, like bad news. It's not really bad news, but something that I would like to prevent. I did an oopsie again in my kitchen, so I just wanted to like turn on the oven, and I turned um, turned on one of the pot plays, and I had my pen still on there, and my like switcheroo for the, what is that word? Spatula, I think. Yeah, I still had my spatula in it, and it's just plastic, and it melted, and I think I have to buy a new pen as well now. And this is the second time in 2 months that something like this is happening to me. I don't know. It's really dumb, to be honest. So yeah, I probably need another pen, and I think I have to buy them rather quickly because otherwise I can't really cook anything. So yeah. Then I got the message that I could expect to get my wardrobe today, which was not the case. I waited the whole day um, to get the wardrobe, but it didn't arrive. Then I checked again, and they just told, or just wrote that it could be here today or on Monday. This was, by the way, also partially the reason that I didn't do anything else today. I was planning to use the train ticket for more. Like I was planning to also drive to IKEA with the train or with the metro to get myself some smaller stuff. Um, I guess I'll do that next week, and then I can just get another pen. I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't come across good now, but all in all, more than successful week. And like today is just the cherry on the cake. It's not just the cherry on the cake. It would have been a successful week without the license, I guess. But yeah, I think the work paid off. I'm really happy how the week went, how I did in the lessons, in the driving lessons, and especially how well I did in the test. Honestly, I think I've never been so not nervous before a test. It was kind of ridiculous. Like I was totally calm. Calm and collected. I don't know what I like. Maybe it was the fact that I knew that my good friend also passed and his friend also passed, and they told me that it was really chilling, so not too complicated and really easy. And yeah, I was more nervous in the driving lessons this week because it had been so long that I was on the motorbike before, right? Like when I had my driving my lesson on Monday. The last time before that was like 2 months ago, where I was on a motorbike. Not 2 months, but 1 month. And then it feels pretty uh, like you just get thrown into cold water, basically. But yeah, today was amazing. Today was really amazing. And I think I now have a little bit like something clicked, I think. Something clicked because yeah, I was instantly in the right mindset. Like it's really only like it's only mindset. It's I'm normally not a big fan of those it's only mindset thing, but like it's just something you have to get past in the head because you know how those things work, right? I said yesterday that it's muscle memory, etc. But in the end, I think it's a little bit in between, right? It's a little bit in between. It's not as complicated as like playing a complicated piano, piano, piano song or whatever. But yeah, I'm brabbling around, and we have almost yeah we have 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna just stop it right there. Won't do too much tomorrow. As usual, tomorrow is the day where we clean up the apartment, and that itself is an achievement, at least in my opinion. If you do it consistently every week, I think you're you're good to go, and you don't need to do anything else on that day. Yeah, I've spoken about that multiple times. I'm not going to repeat myself now and just go to bed. Peace.